This recording, though brief, to the point, it's important that we hear what our heart is saying regarding the words MSM, mirror, signal and manouvre. But first let us just quietly reflect why we're here, who I am, and what's my purpose of being. Let us call on the Father, Mother God, the Spirit of Truth, the all-knowing presence, into this recording, so that we both are open-hearted and receptive to divine truth, and that from this brief recording we can bring some clarity to the meaning of the words mirrow, signal and manouvre. Can you remember a time when you took your first driving lesson? Can you remember the experience? Just for a moment, may I invite you to recapture those precious moments when you sat in the car with your driving instructor, not with your dad, not with your brother or sister, but with your driving instructor. And can you remember, was that a pleasant experience or was it a stressful experience? In my case, inwardly I was excited, but on a practical level I was stressed. Really stressed, because I was out of my depth. I had no idea. And I guess it was because I was much older than most people who learn to drive, who are usually around 18. But I was much older, and my job at the time was that I was a staff nurse in a very busy casualty department in North Manchester. And we're going back now to the mid-70s, and I found it really difficult when I sat behind the wheel, because I could see all the road traffic accidents coming into the department from major incidences, having sustained major trauma. So I had to deal with some issues to do with my mindset. I had a really wonderful instructor, but he was quite authoritative, because he knew with me I wasn't going to be an easy pupil. I guess it was because I was much older than he was, and I was also somewhat arrogant in being told what to do. And all that by the by, there are 3 key words I remember. And you know, interestingly, they've helped me in my spiritual life. They've helped me, yes, in my walk with the light, with God. And the word mirrow, signal, manouvre was drummed into my subconscious, so that when I came to take my driving test, and interestingly, how I passed first time is a miracle. Because I was obsessed with the words mirrow, signal, manouvre. Every action in the car was attenuated by MSM in my head, mirror, signal, manouvre. I wanted to impress the driving examiner, mirror, signal, manouvre. I knew what I was doing, mirror, signal, manouvre. And he must have thought I'd lost the plot, but I just wanted to make a point about mirroring, signaling and manoeuvring. And so too in the spiritual life. These 3 words, though practical words, can be applied, and they can really help. So how can we apply mirror, signal and manoeuvring in our daily walk with God? First, to mirror God into our life, we have to be of a mindset that is ready to call on the light. And to call on the light, we we have to mirror the mindset of God, which represents love, not religion. It represents a spiritual way of life that's all-encompassing, of all faiths and none. It's a journey. So we're saying to God through our mirroring to God, to the universe, a positive intent that we want a relationship based on truth and love. Then we signal to God, don't we? Like we signal in the car to the traffic behind us or in front of us that we're about to perform an action, whether we're going to pull out onto the freeway or the road, or whether we're going to pull in. So we're signaling to the light, we're putting out a positive message to the universe that we are ready to embrace the light, the source, our God. And when we signal that intention, we're saying something that's very profound from the heart. We're saying, I am ready to welcome you back into my life, into my sacred space, where you can be my teacher, and I am now ready to be a willing student. So in this case, God is the driving instructor, God is the driving examiner. And we don't have to pretend. We have to live the promise that I am ready. And then manoeuvring is about getting into the right position with that mindset. It's making sure that we make the right choice and that we honor that choice. So mirror signaling and manoeuvring to God is saying, I want to behold, to enfold, to hold and embrace the I am presence in my life. And I am ready to listen, not here, but here, in the heart. And when we mirror, signal and maneuver to the I am presence, the one who is the God of all truth, we are saying, I love you and I thank you. And I ask as a student, one in service, that you show me the simplicity of MSM, mirror, signal and maneuvering, so that as a child of God, a co-creator of Source, that I have your mindset, a mindset of love, a mindset of forgiveness, a mindset of compassion, a mindset that is willing to be told and shown each day of how to get up again when we fall down, when we don't achieve our expectations, when we become ratty or irritable because our mindset is still battling with that promise. So now let us just give thanks for the basic simplicity of the three key words, mirroring God into your life, signaling to the light, to the universe, to Mother Earth, that you are ready to embrace a simple spiritual pathway that's more about integrity, honesty, and truth. And maneuvering yourself into God's position, where you will be the participant of great abundance, where God will touch you and fill you with that spiritual abundance that He promises to those who surrender their heart.